Good morning, guys. It's been a minute since I've been live. I have told y'all that I went back to work. Uh, 3 days a week we go into the office, and then 2 days a week we working from home. Hey, Miss Glow. And so then 2 days a week we work from home. So I chose my 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just to go ahead and get it out of the way. And during that time frame, a lot has been going on with the company that I work with. They did a downsizing. And so that morning we had a manager, and about 11 o'clock we didn't have a manager. Um, and the team really liked our manager. I mean, getting emotional now talking about it, and it's been a week now. So then, before that, before they did the downsizing, they also we had a death in our work family, and we didn't even get to go to her funeral or anything. We didn't hear back from her daughter or anything. We wanted to do a card or something like that. We've been working with this lady for, I think, before COVID, like a year. So about 4 or 5 years we've been working with her. Excuse me, on our team. So that was hard. I mean, you still look at her chair expecting her to be there because she was always there unless she was sick or taking care of somebody in her family. So, um, and because we work for a company that deals with finances, we have to be aware of the Federal um, Debt Collection Practices Act and all of those um, governmental bodies that are in charge of money and finances, FINRA and all that stuff. There's laws and stuff that our company has to be in compliance with. So not only did these two things happen this month, we also had to completely change the way we document uh, accounts. And so that's stressful because we didn't get what we call a burn-in period where we are learning the process and perfecting the process. We didn't get that, which is usually like anywhere from 22 days to a month of a burn-in process. So we had to right away go to doing those new notations, and it's stressful. I'm a perfectionist with some things. I always want to get hundreds, or what I'm saying. I don't want you don't want to get 80s and 90s and stuff like that. You always want to get hundreds on your evals and stuff. And so this is stressing me out because that's how I am when it comes to academic, what I consider academic stuff. Um, so it stresses me out. And so I haven't only thing I've been working on lately is a baby blanket during my lunch breaks on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday and Friday, I've been I work from home, but that stress is still there because you're at home. You only have WebEx and your headset communication with your team leads and your managers to discuss stuff. So it stressed me out. So that's why I'm up here to kind of, I don't know, explain why I've been missing and let you guys know what's going on. Other than that, last night I had all three of my grandbabies and they wore me out. I mean, wore me out. I had taken Friday off so that I could babysit because my daughter is vending at a Comic Con in Richmond, Virginia this week. And so I knew I was going to be watching that one. But then the other two showed up Thursday night. So I had all three of them. And I have all three of them. And I love them to death. But they wore their grandma out. Because now that the baby is walking, she is everywhere. And she's so independent. And she's a little bully. Because she will walk up to the older two and just snatch what she want out of their hand. And she ain't gonna give it back. They try to get it back, and they get shoved. The little girl is so bossy. They're a bossy little thing, like you know. But yeah, they wore me out last night. I went to bed early. I went to bed like 8 something. I just couldn't. I was like, my brain and my body was just like, "Tsk, that's it." It is very overwhelming, especially when you someone who's used to working on your own all the time. Didn't have your processes just changed overnight and not even be given it what is considered, a time to learn. And not only that, we're going to be audited right away. And so you're going to be getting hit right away for mistakes you might make for a very new process. And it's not simple, it's complicated. Everything you do on that account now has to be documented. Everything, even simple things like changing the address. Well, when you change the address, it shows up in the notes. But you also, if you can't change it, you have to notate why you can't change that address. So it's very stressful because you want to be meticulous and you want to make sure you document everything that you do to that account. And it just, because some things you have to go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Looking at documents and this stuff and the other. And so you want to, it's like you want to have a separate window open with your notes pad and you're documenting as you work on that account everything that you do, so that when you go to do your account note, you know you got it already there. And so that's what I've been doing. It takes longer, but I'd rather be right than wrong, because we have to put what's called a attestation note up there saying that we work this account to the best of our ability, basically saying, and that we're validating everything that we did to the account. I call it a, excuse my French, fuck up and get fired note, because now they can put the blame on you if something is wrong with that account. Instead of it being like a company thing and a legal thing, it's a you messed up. You said that you did everything you could to the best of your ability. So that's what I look at it as, which makes it to me more stressful, especially when you're someone who needs your job. And so then they can, when they fire you, it's your fault you got fired. So you won't be getting any unemployment. It's gonna be all on you. So yeah, so I'm gonna show y'all the only thing I've been working on since I finished that scarf. And yeah, this is the first day I felt like doing any kind of video or anything. Um, Thank you, Miss Glow. I really need it for my mind. It's like a mental thing, It's not that you can't do it and anything like that. It's just that it stresses you out because other people might not think like I do. Like they don't look at the why behind certain things. They just know they have to do it. I want to know the why behind something. So I investigate what is the purpose of an attestation statement. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically what I said. You screw up and you get fired. No, that's what that is. That's you saying that you did everything you said you did to that account. But even if you did everything that you're supposed to do to that account and we end up with a lawsuit because the lawyer said, well, that's not what I wanted. Well, you didn't say what you wanted in that um thing. You said this, and this, and that's what I worked off of. But if a judge says, well, he meant this, how do you know what he meant? He didn't say what he meant. He just said this, and this. He didn't also say specifically this, and this. So I can't read his mind. And no judge, you can't read his mind either. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thought, that's the thing that's hanging over your head every time you work an account. If I don't get this right, I could be fired. Do I have to, and then you get paranoid, like having your manager verify, making sure that you do everything right. But you can't do that because he's got 14 other people on that team that he got to take care of. So yeah, I've been frustrated. But this is the Bush Stitch, Jamie Stitch, whatever other name it might have, pattern. Like I told y'all, this is my go-to pattern for baby blankets. And I should have been finished with this, but like I said, I've been stressed at work and stuff. I just have not. It takes away your love of other things. Your mind is constantly just dwelling on, am my badge gonna work when I come in on Monday? That's what your mind be thinking because of the way they did some of these people. Some of these people were at home on their days to work at home or on their day off. You know what I'm saying? They didn't find out until they tried to log in their next day at work that their badge didn't work and that they were supposed to come to the office and speak with HR. That's how so many people found out, probably, other than the ones that was in the office and came in as having a job that morning, and by 11:30 they was unemployed. Some of them got severance packages. The managerial staff probably got severance packages, and then the worker bees that were let go, they probably only got what was owed to them. And a lot of them have families that they still take care of, children. Some of them have many children, and now they don't have a job. So yeah, that's the world we living in right now. And Virginia is a right to work state, so it's all on the companies, their rights, not human rights. You just a number. Basically, you realize that you're just a number, and you could be gone. You could be there today and gone today. There is no such thing as job stability anymore. That's been for a while, but since I have been working at that company, I have not seen this take place. And yeah, so I I just want to get up here and chitter chatter. So Miss Glow, what's going on with you? You seen any new patterns that you want to try or anything? To my lurkers, what's going on with y'all? So that's I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. I've been watching, trying to get to like I can't because right now I'm in a phase where I have to be focused, so I haven't been able to watch um people except for when I get home, and then that's only for like a little short period of time. Um, because I use my game to de-stress. So even if I'm not doing anything but just going around gathering materials and stuff like that, it helps me just clear my mind. I don't think about work when I'm playing the game. And so that's mostly what I've been doing for this last since February, pretty much, the end of February. is when she passed. Miss Dot passed away, and then we've been sitting here, trying to find out if anybody heard anything from her daughter, so that we could pay our condolences, get a flower together, a card together for the family, and we just haven't heard back from her. All her stuff is still in her desk. Stuff She got stuff on her desk. Her little fan when she would get hot, because she would get hot flashes and stuff, would start sweating real bad. So she had a little fan on her desk that she would use. Her tissue that she had out for everybody, all her notes and her little snacks, everything is still in her desk. And it feel like she's still at her desk. That's the way it feel. The only thing that's gone is her little sweater that she had that she would put on when she was gonna be going outside or if she got chilly. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Hope you're doing okay. So, and then to lose your manager like that, it feels like another death. You know, you've been reporting to this person for one, two, three, four, five since Tanika left. So, um, pretty much almost 5 years, I think. And then they just gone out the blue like that. You were there that morning telling you I'll be back after this meeting, and then I'll help you with doing your uh yearly goal thing, and then that person never came back. And then we all asking around like, have y'all seen Stefan? Is Stefan okay? Have you seen Stefan? He said he was coming back after this meeting, but he ain't come back. And so it's like, what's going on? And then you realize you see people going to other people's desks with boxes and packing their stuff up. And then that's when you realize they firing people. Why? You know? Why, what's going on? Morning, Dreamy. And then they tell you after the fact that all the people have been let go, that the company is downsizing, and um da 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 da. Da. And it's like you shell shock. You sitting there like, why that person? Why that person? Why that person? It's like, why you choose our manager? Why didn't you choose somebody else? But he wasn't the only manager that was let go. And they had people that worked for that company for 20 years, people that worked for that company for 10, 15 years that they let go. And so you were like, okay. And that's all I know that happened in our building. I don't know what happened in other people's building. I don't know who was let go in other people's buildings. But I know that some people were let go in our building. And so our new manager, he was like, just be thankful your badge works when you come in the morning. He said, because we don't know if our badge is going to work from day to day. And that's something else to be thinking about. You don't know if they are going to do another go round of let goes. So you don't know if your badge is going to work from day to day. So my husband waits in the parking lot until I actually get into the building. If I'm not allowed to get into the building, that means that I haven't let go. So then I need to go over to uh building 1 East where HR is at, I guess, and get my severance. I won't get a severance package. I'll just get what's owed me, my PTO, and that's it. Because I'm hourly, I'm not salary. And my husband, he was a manager for 7-Eleven since he retired from the military. And from 2008 until I guess the second year in COVID, he worked for 7-Eleven, and it got to be too stressful for him. And so that's when he quit, or they fired him, because he was the person who would go to store to store getting it back and getting it ready to be sold or getting if they had didn't have a manager, he would go in as a temporary manager, get the store straightened out, hire people, fire people, get everything set up, and then a new manager would come in. Then he'd go back to either to his store or then move into another store. Well, it got to the point where he was at this one particular store, and that store had issues from since it was built, with staffing, with managers quitting. One manager came in, she was there for 6 months and she didn't do nothing. She did nothing. And then he sent him there to fix stuff. He got everything fixed, fired all the people who weren't doing the jobs, rehired people, made sure they were doing their jobs. He was there late hours doing everything he could. And then they was like rushing him. You're not doing this fast enough. You're not doing this paperwork fast enough. You're not doing this. He's the only manager. He didn't even have an assistant manager the whole time he was at that store. It was all on him. And he's like, "How do you expect this stuff to be done when I don't have an assistant? Y'all not paying me to be here 24/7 like 7-Eleven. I have a family I have to go home to." And so they finally let him go. And then the person they brought in after him, she left after 2 or 3 weeks. She was like, "Oh my God, this is what he's been dealing with." She left that store after 2 or 3 weeks. They haven't been able to keep nobody in that store because of the problems in that store that he couldn't fix because he didn't have the time, because he didn't have an assistant. He should have had an assistant, and he should have also had another employee that's almost an assistant that could do assistant job, just so the assistant can help him with his stuff. That's what they needed to get that store back to rights. And the store is still not back to rights even after he left. But then he got a job with the census part-time. He's not making the money he was making, but he's happy. And that's more important than money, is your happiness. Because if you're not happy, then that affects your health. And it was affecting his health and his temper. He was just frustrated and upset. Little things will upset you, and you will speak to people in ways that you wouldn't normally speak to them. And it was all because of stress and what was going on at that job, his job. But now he's working for the census, and he's happier. But because of that, he's part-time, so we don't we don't have extra money like we used to do when he was a manager at 7-Eleven. So we have to be more careful with our money, where we spend our money, making sure that we got some set aside for if we get an unexpected. Okay, EJ, you take care. Hey, Dreeny, you want to come up? Because I'm really running out of things to talk about now. After I done told y'all what's going on with me. So, yeah. And I've been sleeping, so I've been missing everybody who come on in the evenings with their pop-ups and stuff. I've been missing all things. Pretty much all I've been able to see is like, DJ, VJ, and then that's pretty much it. Everything else I've been just having to catch up here and there, do a thumbs up, go around do thumbs ups and stuff. Because I'm at work now at the actual job, I can't like, have y'all playing in the background and stuff while y'all live. And then because of the new process, I can't have y'all playing in the background distracting me. I got to make sure I'm doing all that work correctly. So I can't be I can't be, since everything changed, I can't just, go with the flow because I know what's going on. Now we got this new process and I got to do it a specific way. So I can't have any kind of distractions right now while I'm making sure that I'm getting this process done right. Or y'all see me up here crying and job hunting. So, oh, they got it where you can send somebody a message now with an invite instead of, email and stuff. That's cool. Facebook. Excuse me. Huh. How can your name ain't showing up? Cedric, how come your name ain't showing up on Facebook when I type in your name? Have you changed it? Or is it Purple Crochet with Dreamy on Facebook too? No. Let me check my phone, see. There you go. It said we're not friends on Facebook. When did that happen? I didn't remove you as a friend. So Facebook doing some funky stuff. Probably why I ain't been seeing no things from my other sister. I gotta check and see if they took me off of her friend list. Oh yeah. And my daughter picking on me because I went to sleep last night at like 8 something. Because them kids woke me up. And so she had sent me a video call asking me how the kids are doing. Last night I was out cold. Marissa was watching them kids. I don't know who that is. Mm, and the people are going crazy with junk emails lately too. I'm not you been having to like block people left and right. I don't know who Nakina is. Somebody tried to voice call me. Huh. It's all the stuff from last night, from when I went to sleep. Uh, all right. Well, I'm gonna pop the link down here since it won't let me. I had to send you a friend request again on Facebook. That's wild. So there's the link if you want to come up and chat this morning. And I guess that gives you more control when you invite people um to your StreamYards and stuff. Being able to just send them a direct message to Facebook to invite them. Let's see. And you know, it says you if you ain't friends, it won't let you send the message. Okay, Facebook. So I'm gonna get back to work on this baby blanket for about an hour, and then I'm gonna go start my day. I guess I need to get ready to start going outside to the garden, but we still got some cold days ahead, and I'm not gonna make that mistake of getting all that stuff started and planted, and then end up having to replant everything because we get some below 30 temperatures
the last like week or two, like the first week in April and the last week in March. We get some really cold weather here in Virginia, and then it kills everything I planted except for like the brassicas. So the second week in April is when I start getting everything ready now. And sometimes even after that, you'll still have a couple of cold days, but you throw some thick plastic down over top of everything. That usually takes care of it. Put a tarp over stuff. Usually help it stay warm enough that it don't freeze overnight. Uh, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all for coming by, and y'all take care. We got 10 people watching. Really? So see y'all later. If anybody going live, I'll have you in the background. Y'all take care. I gotta get this baby blanket stuff done for this girl. She don't look like she gonna make it to her due date. That baby look big and she little, so she might not make it to her due date. So see y'all later.